my YouTube channel. This is Sio's Lifestyle. My name is Sionela Makula. You guys are welcome to call me Sio for short. And thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you to all my returning subscribers and thank you to all the new subscribers. So today we are doing a sit down video. As you would have seen with the title of this video, it's all about fasting. My partner is joining me on this one as we have been recently doing a fasting together, and we have completed quite a number of days with prayer and fasting. And I thought, you know what, it might be a good idea for us to do like a sit down video and talk about why do we fast, maybe what are the pros and cons, or why are we doing it, what pushes us, what keeps us motivated, and maybe the kind of fasting that we did, and maybe we can share some tips for beginners, because let's be honest, fasting is not easy. Fasting, it's almost like a challenge, you know, especially if you're doing it for the first time. It can be very difficult and it may be hard to keep the discipline and to just actually keep on going. Okay, so the first point I want to just mention is that during the period that we fasted, it's been a couple of weeks now. The first thing that I want to say is that the kind of fasting that we did was some people call it intermittent fasting because you're fasting for certain periods, right? So we did the 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Fasting, whereby you don't eat or drink anything. So it's completely a dry fasting from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We normally just we normally just eat after 6 p.m. in the evening. After 6 p.m. we can eat or drink anything we want to eat, maybe even snack if we want to, and then we normally don't eat again, and then we go to bed, right? And then we don't eat again until the next day at 6 p.m. But I must say that from 6 a.m. in the morning or just before 6 a.m. in the morning, if maybe you wake up, let's say you wake up maybe around about 5 o'clock, and then you decide you want to have something to drink or you want to have something, other people do that. But I think now we have become so used to it that we don't even wake up before 6 a.m. to drink something or eat something. If we eat the previous day just after 6 p.m. and then let's say maybe we go to bed at 9 or 10, we won't eat or drink anything until the next day, 6 p.m. So other people can call it the 1 meal a day, where you eat 1 meal, or yeah, it just depends. But basically the fasting period is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the evening. Okay, so with that being said, that was the one that we did, but there are lots of different kinds of fasting. There could be a fruit and veg fasting where you only eat fruits and veg, you don't eat meat, you don't eat dairy products, and so on and so forth, or you cut out carbs. There's the Daniel fasting in the Bible. There's the 21 days fasting. There's the Esther fasting, the 3 days or 72-hour fasting, where there's no eating or drinking at all for like 3 days. But like I said, this is normally the kind of one that we do, where we would do it maybe for a couple of days, or we can even do 1 day a week, right? But it just depends. So now I'm gonna share briefly why I fast. Let me just say it like that. Just why do I fast, and for what reason, and like what keeps me going, or what's the reason for me to keep on fasting, because I have been fasting for years. I started fasting before I met David, and he was also fasting before he met me. But obviously when we came together, it's something that we started doing together, just like this fasting that we did when this year started. We were on this journey together. So it's something that we're used to. I don't think 2 months goes by without us fasting in this house. It has become like a lifestyle for us. So for me, I'll just be very open and honest. I might not go into details exactly, but the reason why I am motivated to keep on fasting, or to fast all the time and just keep doing it, even though it's hard, it's not easy, guys. I love food. If you've been on this channel, you would know that I love food. I love to snack. I love food so much. So with that being said, the reason why I keep fasting and what pushes me or motivates me, I normally fast for sometimes it happens that, maybe there's certain season in my lives or certain periods in my lives where I can feel that I'm going through challenges. I could be going through challenges, or I'm in need of a breakthrough. I'm in need of something. I want God to do something new in my life. Maybe I could be stuck. I'll make an example. I could be stuck in a certain job and I no longer want to be in that job, or I'm seeking a new opportunity, or I just need something. I need God to do something for me. Let's say maybe I've been praying about something and I feel like God has not answered me, or he's just not delivering. So in moments like that where I need God to intervene in a situation and I need him to do something for me, that's when my spirit just pushes me and says, okay, you've got to fast. So that would be the reason why I would just decide to go on a fast, right? For intervention, for God to intervene, for, something in my life, for God to answer maybe a prayer that I've been praying about and I feel like God has not answered. I need him to answer an answered prayer. So I would just be forced to go on a fasting, because sometimes I also want to hear from God. There's sometimes where maybe you can be praying, but you feel like you haven't heard from God, And for me, I believe God speaks, whether through visions or dreams. That's how he communicates to me. So you find that certain times or certain periods in my life, I feel like I have not heard from him, or I need him to just say something or to just speak to me about something. So I would just be forced and pushed to just say, okay, now I have to fast. And a lot of the time, things are basically related to my career, or any things that I do. I would also be honest, before I met David, I also fasted. I had to fast. So things happen like for a reason, right? So where I feel like, okay, now I just need something in my life and I need God to intervene. So those are the situations that push me. It could be career related, it could be relationship related, spiritually, just to hear the voice of God. So those are the reasons that I fast. Some of the reasons, or briefly what pushes me. But now I want to hear from David. Why does he keep on doing it?
As you know, as believers, why we need to fast all times. One thing we must know: we are living in a cruel world where there are a lot of wicked spirits. So the only thing we can go or we can stand on is through fasting and prayers. We need to fast and pray. It's not an everyday thing that you can be fasting, but praying can be praying each and every single day. But fasting also need to be part of it as well. You need to have time for fasting. Yeah, because there are a lot of things that it needs fasting and prayers. There's this Bible verse Jesus spoke to his disciples. After the disciples, they failed to cast out the demons, and then they came to Jesus. Lord, why we failed there? What were we lacking? But Jesus spoke to the disciples that it's because of your unbelief, lack of faith. And also you can only cast these demons through fasting and prayer. Jesus recommended that fasting and prayers can remove the mountains. You can cast out the demons. You can fight with the wicked or evil spirits. Yeah, so in so doing those things, in so doing fasting and prayer, fasting and prayer cannot just go without the word of God as well. You need to apply the word of God in fasting and prayers. So to me, that just become like a habit when it comes to fasting, because I know that every time challenges will be there. No matter how big the blessing comes, every blessing has also its own challenges. You find God will bless you, but you find that the blessing is also giving you problems. So we just need wisdom and power of God to strengthen you to deal with those challenges. It doesn't matter which position you are, you're poor or rich, there's always a challenge somewhere. So that's why we go in fasting.
Yeah. I like what you said, babe, about there's always going to be challenges. So, and there's going to be wicked spirits. So sometimes you really need to.
Yes. Yeah, you as you said, you caught already, it's a warfare. Yeah, we're in a warfare of spirits. It's not just a physical battle that we see. Like, I don't have a job, I don't have a car, I don't have this one. No. there is a certain spirit that controls the, the atmosphere, that controls our lives, so those things are the things that we need to fight for. We need to fight for to get our entitlement, to get our place.
So yeah, I fully agree with him. So now tell me, like for you, what are some of the benefits? Maybe you can mention one or two benefits, and what are some of the, I don't know, challenges that come with prayer and fasting?
Yeah.
Just anything.
There was a time I was not going to church. I didn't know these things of fasting, and I didn't know about the Bible. That time, I couldn't differentiate between challenges. I was just thinking like life is just normal. Of course, hardship were there, but not really the way how I started praying and fasting. Since I started praying and fasting, is when I started seeing the hardship, very hardship. Like you find that even people who are close to you, people who are good before, they're good to you at first, but they become enemy to you, just hating you for no reason, or just manipulate things for no reason. Those are the kind of things, that the challenges that I've been facing through. But at the end of the day, you find that God open up those people's hearts and see the goodness of Him in me. People they end up understanding me. So there's always a benefit. It's not everyone can like you. People will hate you. Your own people, your friends, even people who don't know you, they will hate you for no reason. Just seeing you on TV or on a camera or whatever, they will start hating you. They'll just have a bad feeling about you. Yeah, you're just having a bad, why this guy? Why is he standing there? Those are the things that you can you face. But at the end of the day, God, with the voice of God in you, it also speak to other people. Hey, I'm with that person. People, they learn through those things. They learn, okay, this guy is a believer. This guy is a believer. We must not fight with him. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Okay, so I think you talked more about the benefits,
Oh,
but you didn't. Okay, but maybe you also did mention the con, and that people, you may face more challenges.
Yes,
Okay.
more challenges. As a believer, you face more challenges,
Okay.
countless challenges that you face when following God. You can even see Jesus, how he been persecuted. He was being persecuted because of loving or doing good things. He was not doing bad things, but he was being persecuted, and they even exchanged a robber, an armed robber, a kill, a murderer with him, said that we need Barabbas instead of Jesus Christ. So you can see what people, they love darkness than light. People, they like darkness.
Yeah.
So
even in this world,
they love darkness.
What can I say? They promote more negative.
Yes.
You would see that everywhere in social media.
Yes.
Anything that is negative, anything that is bad, anything that is violence, anything that is those kind of things, they gain more attraction. That's those are the things that are promoted more. But the things that are good, where people are celebrating, where people are happy, or people are achieving something, those things are not going to be applauded or promoted as much. I've also seen that. So for me, I would say maybe some of the benefits or some of the cons, maybe, or should I say the challenges. So maybe we can start with the challenges, right? So I will definitely say that fasting is not easy, guys. At the end of the day, we are all humans. To stay disciplined and not eat or drink anything for a long period of time, it's not easy. It does take a lot of discipline. It does take a lot of, I don't know how I can put it, but I feel like you need to be strong-minded. Like, you need to be strong-minded to be able to get through that. If you find during the day, like for example, if I'm at work, people are eating, people are ordering KFC, they are just eating, and they're just having the time of their lives. But you just need to remember why you are doing it. What is the why? So for me, I would say that some of the challenges would be the hunger that comes with the fasting. If you have not eaten a long period of time, you are definitely going to be hungry at certain times during the day. But I remember one thing that also does keep me going, there is another lady, she's one of the big YouTubers. She was doing a fasting last year, but she was doing it mainly for weight loss. I watched one of her videos. She used to say that, hunger comes in waves. 1 hour you are like so hungry, it's like a steep wave, and then the next it just goes down. So she was like, the hunger comes in waves. So you just have to ride the waves, as you just need to ride with the waves. So one point you can be hungry maybe at 11 o'clock, but come 12 o'clock you have even forgotten about that. So for me, I just tell myself that, you know what, I can get through this. I just need to persevere. I need to push on and just remember why I'm doing it. Besides that, it's not like I'm not gonna eat. I'm gonna eat at 6 p.m. I just need to sacrifice for that period, and I need to remember why I'm sacrificing, right? Because I'm like surrendering to God, and I'm just trusting God for something. I'm trusting God to do something. Therefore, just to sacrifice and speak to God, and because also I do feel like, on an empty stomach, like even your mind is clearer. Like you can think, I don't know if I'm making sense, but sometimes when your brain, everything is just clear, everything is clear. Because sometimes we eat so much food and all these things and sugary stuff, sometimes our sugar levels are like all over the place. But the moment there is no food, everything is just clear. You can think clearly. And sometimes I do feel that even the energy levels would just be, they'd just be good, or they would be leveled out. Because like I'm saying, if you're eating food, one moment, let's say maybe you're having a lot of sugar, you can have like a lot of energy like this. Or maybe if you eat like a lot of food, the carbs and all of that, one moment you are feeling sleepy, you feel like you want to eat. I don't know if you guys have experienced that. When you eat some food, it happens after like we break our fasting and then we have something to eat. Then right there and there, like we feel so full sometimes, you don't have the energy to do anything. So for me, I would definitely say the hunger, it's a challenge, but it's all about just be disciplined, just be persistent, and you just need to have a strong mind in terms of the hunger. And then the benefits, obviously I have experienced so many benefits through prayer and fasting. I know my first job, I didn't fast for my first job. I wasn't even fasting back then. But my subsequent jobs, or the jobs that I've been into, I believe that I gotten them through prayer and fasting, or because those were the periods where I had to pray for God to intervene in my life. Generally, so for me, I would definitely say, the benefits are answered prayers. I have seen God answering prayers through fasting for me. God has come through in ways I don't even know where to start, guys. Some of, especially like, my recent role, I didn't even apply for this job. I mean, I didn't even I didn't go looking for this job rather, but that job just came to find me, and it came at a point in my life where I really, really needed something. I needed God to just come and just do something for me. So that's why I'm saying that, and obviously those are the times in my life where I just fast. And sometimes, even sometimes when you pray, you don't have much to say, but you always just surrender. You say, God, you know what I need. You know everything that I'm going through. You know whatever it is that I'm going through, and you just surrender everything to Him. And He knows your heart's desires, and He knows your heart. So for me, like I said, you know what? God has come through for me in so many ways, in so many ways. Every time I pray and fast, guys, miracles happen, even in our works or in our environment. Some things we don't even know, but God is going to give you wisdom. God is just going to go before you, as He says, He will lay a table for us in the presence of our enemies. So, he just prepares for us. And so for me, I do it for those reasons, because I would just see God come through for me in ways I had not even expected. God comes through for me. There's so many testimonies, especially in my career, that I have experienced through fasting, in every area of my life, guys. So for me, those are the benefits. And also another amazing benefit, fasting is good for your health. fasting is good for your health. You know, even I'm saying maybe for other people who want to maybe lose weight or maintain a good weight, or maybe, should I say, maintain a just good healthy lifestyle, because I've also read that this thing of, because imagine if you're eating from the morning, if you're eating from the morning, you're eating breakfast, you're snacking in between lunch, we just always just you feel a little bit of hunger. The moment you feel a little bit of hunger and you want to put something in the mouth, I don't think that is good, because our bodies are designed in such a way that we can go for long periods without eating, you know. So imagine when you train your body, okay, now you're not gonna eat, you are just gonna survive for this period, and then you're gonna eat at this certain time, you know. Then even if you have maybe excess fat and all of this, then it will just burn off, you know. And then you find that with fasting you become even lighter. I know recently David said that some of his pants were not fitting, but as soon as we did this fasting, now his old pants are, he can wear them nicely, the zip is going up. But before the fasting, you know, with December weight or Christmas weight, you know, we both had put on so much weight. But with the fasting, you know, he was saying that, you know, he feels lighter, you know, and you find that sometimes you were feeling a bit heavier, but your body becomes lighter. So for me, those are some of the benefits.
It draws you closer to God, and you endured a lot of persecutions, and also it helps you, like, I can simply it helps you to remind God what you want in life. Yeah, you see, there's this place. It's about is it which book? I think in Book of Daniel. God, or maybe Daniel's prayers were not being answered. So this fasting for me, I was thinking, it's like a reminder to God. You know, it's a reminder to God that God, you know, we need this, but nothing's happening. Yeah,
It's about an unanswered prayer.
Unanswered prayers.
So almost like just provoking God in some way, and really praying for intervention or for like a breakthrough.
Yes, that's true. So those are the kind of benefits. I'm doing so. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You see, like I'm praying, but problems are just still coming. What's this? But at the end of the day,
there's always a reward.
Yes, at the end of the day, you find that there is a goodness of Lord, even in my troubles. God is still there. God is still there. Still good to me.
He still shows up. And God is shows
yes. Yeah, in our troubles, God is still there. Sometimes we can think like we are alone, but in our lonely situation, God is still there. There are some points like feel like, hey, I think this is end of me. I can't continue anymore. Or while you're fasting during the day, you find that, as you said, when you see KFC and other stuff, people are eating there. You feel like, hey, maybe I might just give up. I can't continue anymore.
Yeah,
I need to sacrifice to.
You have to think about the end goal, the why.
Yes. Yeah.
And I promise you guys, it can sound like it's hard, but when you find yourself in a situation where you're like, you know what, I've tried everything and nothing worked. And then you find that this is the one thing I have not tried. This is the one thing I have not tried. I guarantee you just need to try it. You need to try it, and you will see. Like fasting does work. And I'm so happy to see that a lot of people now, they have been doing this. I've even seen, there was a content creator I watched, and she talked about how she got a job and she was fasting, and some of the campaigns she got was through fasting and all of that. So everybody I can see a lot of people who are doing it, they are enjoying the rewards, you know, of the fasting, or they are, you know, getting the benefits, and it is working wonders. It is working for them. Maybe do you want to share like any tips that you have for beginners? Just think about the first time you fasted.
Okay.
How can you tip a beginner? Someone will say, me, I have never fasted before. I would actually like to fast. I've heard amazing things about it. How would you tip them?
Okay. We must start on maybe you can fast for a single, or maybe one day in a week. You can't just start maybe with 21 days. It just and also another good thing is about, you need to hear the voice of the Lord. Read your Bible, and you take instruction from there. Yeah, because some maybe you hear from the prophets, or you hear from the pastors. Yes, you can take instruction from there, but the good thing is you need to equip yourself with the word of God. So if you start fasting, please don't, when you see the temptation of food or what, there's food somewhere good food, nice food, because nice food always comes when you're fasting. You always see nice food everywhere you go. You find that people who have never invited you for food, they invite you to eat. So one thing you need to avoid that. You must always see why are you sacrificing yourself, because Jesus Christ said, I just you one of the verses, he said that you need to carry your own cross. You need to carry your own burdens. You need to, not your brother, not your sister, not your mother, not your father as well, but you yourself, you need to carry your own cross. So if you are carrying your own cross, it means you must go for fasting. Even Jesus fasted for 40 days. 40 days he was in the wilderness fasting. So you as well, you can do the same way, carrying your own cross, speak to her, listen to God's voices. Don't give up. The enemy will always come. You know, the devil always promises good things, but at the end of the day, they're not good things. You see, your answered prayers, please don't give up on also fasting, because some people, we get, when we are in our comfort zone, we forget where we are coming from.
And that's where the enemy will come and
Yes, we
attack.
forget all the hard times, or we are past all the prayers that we are praying. We forgot all those things. We think like, now I get what I want. The enemy will not stop coming attacking you. The enemy will attack your money and will attack you too. So now it's like you are facing two enemies. Yeah. So it's good. Just must be a habit. Must be a continuous habit. Because the devil doesn't want good to see good things. The devil always want to see a troubled world, no peace, no peace everywhere. Just want to see struggles. But Jesus said that he's a king of peace. He's a prince of peace. We must always continue in fasting and praying.
Okay then, yeah, I hope you guys took something from that. I'm just gonna add maybe one or two other tips for beginners. For me, I would also add that maybe if you've never fasted before, maybe it's a good thing to start small. Just do maybe the 6 to 12 a.m. fasting. Other people do that, they call it a half-day fasting. And then also, maybe you can drink water. Maybe you can drink water because other people do drink water when they fast, if you feel like you can't manage. So maybe you can start small. Just do half-day from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. In the afternoon. So I think that would be a very good way to start, because I remember when I started fasting for the first time, I fasted for myself first job outside of articles. I did that one, the half-day fasting. And when I did half-day, I started getting, I think I did like 3 days. Only 3 days of half-day, because another lady told me to, whom I worked with previously, whom we're still in touch with. So I did that for 3 days, and then in no time, guys, like, you know, everything was like this. And, you know, I had applied for other jobs, but for that one, it just came as soon as I completed my fasting. So that's what I did. And then from there, after that, then when I tried again, it just became a little bit easy, because I'm like, I've already done like, should I say 6 hours? Like I said, you can eat maybe before 6 a.m. if you want, and then you know you're just fasting until 12 p.m. So if you've done like half day, just to push another half, then it's like you literally can do it. So you can start that small, and then maybe you can drink water if you want to. But if you feel like you can do it dry, then I think for me, that's what I do, or when I fast, because I can't just randomly drink water without having like a little something to eat. So I would definitely suggest a half-day fasting for beginners. And I would say that try to keep busy when you're fasting. Don't just be sitting at home, not doing anything, lazing around. You need to be busy. You need to be working. Leave the house if you have to. If you're not working, leave the house. Be outside, maybe walk in the park, do something. Because with the moment you are just sitting, you're going to be thinking about the food. You need to keep your mind busy. So I find that when I'm at the office the whole day, I don't have time to even think about the food. Yes, they can bring their food but I've brought no lunch. I don't have lunch with me. I have told myself I'm doing this. It's easier to get through those those challenges or those temptations. If your mind is busy, your mind is occupied, and also listening to gospel music, reading the word, as David said, when you listen to gospel music, it will push you. You know, when you listen and you just worship God, and you worship and you pray and worship, pray and worship, and like I said, keep busy, keep active, because the moment you are sitting idle, then the temptations will come, and it's going to be easy for you to overcome those temptations. But anyway, I think we're going to stop it right there. I hope you have learned something from this video. I hope you have taken something. I hope if you have not tried fasting, you are a little bit motivated to try and see how it works. And I know we are not all the same. You know, other people are born their privilege. You know, other people, things may work out a little bit easier for them. But at the end of the day, you know, not all of us, you know, are that lucky, or I don't know, born, you know, with those kind of fortunes. And so some of us, we really need to work hard for our things. We need to pray hard for them. So there's no better way as well, just to also incorporate fasting, you know, into your life, and just let it be a habit. You know, if you can do just one day a week, half a day, maybe let's say maybe every Wednesday you do half a day, just try that and see what it can do for you, or what it can do to you, or how it can change your life. And I hope you guys are going to try it. I hope you will keep strong. I hope you'll be motivated, and you're just going to just have a strong mind, and just remember why you are doing it. But thank you so much for watching up until this far. Please do drop a wonderful comment in the comment section, and please drop, should I say 18, just type 18 as in 18 in the comment section if you've watched this part of the video. Thank you, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Bye.